All right. So in the court's proceeding, it's going as it should. I'm getting somebody is spotting in the room like shit because I'm getting somebody not they're not saying it because they gotta focus on whatever it is. I'm getting like a few some cases could be like say if it's a judge that gotta be on the stand or something like that and they gotta do sentences and whatever the case may be. I don't know if somebody gonna be like, wait, I want to say that they do, get assistant people that do come in and sometimes, how you call it, like sit in for them to do the sentences or whatever, or like, trying to catch them up to speed. But it's a situation where somebody got to get some people caught up to speed. That's one. Second situation, I know it's like on my social media, and I remember I'm like a blonde head, but it's like a transgender or a gay motherfucker. And this motherfucker had on a blonde wig. Crazy as shit that I sat there and spotted this motherfucker. And this motherfucker think they've been flying incognito, like ain't nobody gonna know this. But this is someone trying to convince somebody that I dealt with or dealing with, because they're dealing with this person currently. And it's like, no, see, I know that they do mess with black dudes and they do be talking to them, but this is all this person did was go ahead, like, whoever you are, and I blocked your ass on that fucking site, you're going to prison. You're going to prison. Actually, I'm here, you're going back. And this time you're not seeing the day of light. And this is somebody that these people are like their trades and stuff like that that they deal with. And they've been sending like messages on my Miss Panthologist. And this is like someone trying to give off this look as if I'm into black men. And I'm not. I'm really not. But it was like crazy how I sit there and mention it. Crazy how I go into my platform on TikTok. And there go the little ugly ass motherfucker feeling like they doing something like, I did my wig better. I did my makeup better. You still look like a fucking man. You're still hard in your goddamn face, bro. And the shit that you're sitting here doing, you're about to be facing death row. Okay. Judge is a female, same sex. So these are people that they know in like a group that they participate in. And they intentionally, it's like somebody that could, like, they could be having an inkling. It's like this person might say something to them. They might not say something to them. This is even down to a point where this is a be a person that will try to arrest a person or know that they dealt with someone, flying them in, flying the person that they could have dealt with, like trying to blackmail them, like, yeah, you did this, you knew you did about this, and you knew that we was trying to set their place on fire and stuff like that. And if you go try to tell them this, I'm gonna present this type of evidence, but we're gonna sit here and we're gonna stick to our story. And you helped us go ahead and build this false evidence because you was a part of it. And it's like, somebody is so fucking adamant about some shit, like whoever this is, I'm getting somebody's name could be Adam or Adam or some shit like that. And they watch it and they feel like they controlling something, but it's like you're not controlling anything because I feel like somebody is doing something like low key and it's just like, and it was like it was funny for a little bit until it's not fucking funny no more because it's like, well, we got full control over how they, what information that they gonna get and how they gonna play in this, and then we gonna make sure that we play with this person, mom, because we got more control over him than we got over her. And then we're gonna use the shim. The shim, I want you to go ahead and make that back page and make them seem like that they getting away and they doing this. But unbeknownst to all these people all involved, it's like, you're sitting here spreading fake pages? Okay. Are you trying to control what it is that somebody was going to do? Because, like I said, it's literally up to three people that they would allow to come, like, speak or whatever. But the trap of it is, it's like, how close are you going to get? How far are you going to go? Someone's still trying to press the situation, getting people to try to start bullshit conversation, which it automatically delete, delete. I already seen you on Badoo. I already seen you from Bigo. It's like this is somebody that doesn't get the shit. I've seen your ass on the Tango. And it's like this is like people not realizing, like, okay, as a woman, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. If they were bisexual, they was confused, that's on them. But the thing of it is that are you choosing to go ahead and get back over the fence or whatever? This is like people also doing voodoo, where I remember I told dudes, like, they're gonna play off the fact because they knew that you had that, and when they know your particular wounds, They're gonna play off of your wounds, and especially if it was confusion of sexuality and you're just an easy person, you going and you're a goer, shit, they're gonna play on that shit to the end. But then the thing of it is, it's like, oh, this one got a BBD, and I was like, damn, this look like the motherfucker that try to like switch up their face, because this is a person who wants to get the plastic surgery to make their face look like my face. And then this was also somebody who thought that they was gonna try it, and I stopped that motherfucker dead in they steps. And it was like, I got a question for you, motherfucker. If you sit here and don't know the fucking difference between a natural woman and or a transgender, please get off of here. And before that person could even go ahead and try to play that shit like that, that was like somebody like shocked, because it was like, huh? Because I was like, huh, that's crazy, because I was at the same fucking transgender where I keep talking about a blonde wig, a blonde wig. I was like, all right, look, Callie, or whatever the fuck you want to call your name, sit your punk ass down before your ass end up getting some shit that you ain't prepared to fucking deal with. And then this is the same one that whenever he don't have on his wig or whatever, will drive by in a car or something like that, but also was trying to convince some people to come in that they know from like Milwaukee or some shit like that to try to do a drive by. But why would you do a drive by in a quiet neighborhood? But then it's like, at the same time, it's like, go ahead and do what it is that you're gonna do, because this shit is like, whatever this person is doing is gonna put them on death row. So it's like trying to get all, but it's like, shit, thank you for all press is press, regardless of what it is. And then it's like, somebody could have felt like, oh, well, this is gonna make her feel some type of way. I guarantee, because like, shit, when they see me, this is like somebody like, see, they was looking on my profile, but it's like, actually, you came to my shit first. I got proof of that. These are people, like, I remember, like, he would literally go against the situation and try to play like, you sit here looking at, like, motherfucker, I do not give a fuck about people around me, and then barely fucking give a fuck about you. And the fact that I'm giving you fucking time of day and you taking advantage of this shit, like, honor the fact that it's like privilege. It's literally a privilege for me, like, to even like entertain people, to even like for the slightest moment to even want to be around me. And then it's like the benefit of the situation is, you know how everybody try to put crimes on people and make it seem like you be doing illegal shit, but I was like, the benefit of it is you feel like you're making somebody paranoid or some shit like that. Like, nah. But you keep trying to say a person to commit something. How can they do something if they're not outside? That's the craziest part. How can somebody be doing something if they always in the house? So the same way that you got people watching, they watch it too. So it's like, how is it that they did all this stuff if they're in the home? And how is it that they're able to do something from that type of phone, if that phone that clearly is seeing that y'all hacked it, and then this phone, y'all still trying to hack this one and trying to clone the phone number, and you redirecting the call because you trying to use AI voice control to make the person's voice as if they talking, but a person is catching on to, you know how like when they do the AI, it got a tone to it. You can hear the back end of how it is. It's like, yeah, I might have the tism or whatever, but I don't talk like that. So that shit just makes logical sense to somebody, and somebody could have been picking up on the fact like, nah, this ain't them. Like, cause you could tell when a person's trying to talk. Like when a person knows you, they know how you converse with them. That's why I said like people know what nicknames I would say. So somebody could have been doing some shit and trying to make it seem like, oh, they talking like this, questioning the evidence and support. I'm telling you right now, in a court case, there's some judges, some police, some sheriff people, whoever was trying to do this kickback, some lesbian motherfuckers. Then this is like, I'm telling you, this gay motherfucker, they literally question the motherfuckers. There's some officials right now, city officials, currently sitting here like, like it is for real. But this is also somebody that they thought they was getting a thrill off of this shit. Cause I was sitting there, I was like, damn, sure, you know, this is a whole bunch of black people on this shit. But I was like, shit, all they doing is giving more proof and evidence. But I'm not gonna trip on it, cause shit, the more the merrier. Thank you. So I can go ahead and do what I need to do. But it's like the beauty of it is this is somebody trying to take it and run with like, see, she really is into black dudes. She really is into this. And it was like, the argument was like, you want somebody like this? And it's like, who the fuck are you listening to? And the fact that you stupid and you goofy and you willing to listen to somebody like that, like, that is disgusting. I'm turned off. I'd rather entertain anything different. But it's also where I was just like, these people just need to give it up already, because whoever it is that's playing with this shit, it's like a dangerous game. You're gonna get death row. Also, if it's another person that's officially looking at it, the federal rules of evidence, I'm getting Article 4 is very useful in this situation. Okay, Article 4. And then like questioning somebody's relevance about where they're getting this evidence. Also, somebody could be trying to question the evidence, evidentiary support in a court case. And it's some evidence or a body or somebody body within a 1 mile radius upon entering a wood line. A body is within 5 mile radius. So somebody, it's like 2 to 3 bodies that's around them. A city official currently watching. Rogenson. Eric Rogers. Ew. Also, someone needs to know, like, whatever this is, because with it being federal and whatever is being, like, this probe, somebody needs to, like, hurry up, because we're, like, somebody could be feeling like they could, like, excuse me. I know August is, like, literally right there, but somebody thought that they was going to be able to prolong a situation. No, you're not. And reason being, I'm getting, it's 2 countries. And somebody is like leaking American information to foreign countries right now. It's 21 people. It's a group of 21 people, and they're leaking federal evidence right now to some foreign countries. A solid 2. One is sitting in the background, hesitant about should they or should they not. You getting on my nerves. Black man stalker, retired military and married. Find something to do. Female judge covering up a crime for a male relative. That could be this retired military married person. City official or something like that. But with this probe, somebody's doing something, and whatever, something is being prolonged for too long. Covering this crime for this clerk, admin, female personnel. Military general, military lieutenant general. Whatever it is that y'all doing is leaking information right now. And somebody could be like, oh, well, we're going to do this. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, are you proud to be a fucking American, or are you going to be the fucking reason why America getting destroyed by some certain shit that you're doing to just cover up? This shit could low key, I ain't even finna hold you. It could have ties to the Epstein situation. But this Epstein situation is literally, I'm getting gather up. This is going to literally take down a lot of people. Somebody could be a dark-skinned Colombian female. A military general could be married to a Colombian person, or this could be a general person that is from Colombia or something like that. Something is it's a cause of national security. I can keep saying it until I fucking turn blue, but shit, it's one of those situations. Okay, if we wait until the last minute and y'all feel like y'all getting this information from whoever trying to portray as if they're doing something, should I take my chances with whatever fucking country comes in? Because shit, the benefit of it, hey, do they see somebody's worth? Do they see the value? I'm pretty sure they would. I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot of fucking better fucking humanity and respect and common courtesy to take something very seriously, because somebody's not taking something seriously. But carry on. Consent, a voluntary tort, not valid if induced by fraud. So this is political, and this is also federal. Someone may have felt that I was speaking in general, but it's just like, if you're going to keep doing this, you're going to get your position. I'm getting, there is some military people here. I don't give a fuck if you're a general, lieutenant general. You could be in the fucking military. CID, bitch. They gonna go ahead and get that motherfucking system to go ahead and check your shit, because shit, everybody ain't. This is given a situation where Reacher. I love that, man. I gotta sit down and get a chance to watch this shit. Like, these motherfuckers could be generals, lieutenants, and they got somebody that's like a sergeant major looking into their ass. And then the sergeant major finding some shit, but the sergeant major come across like, oh, we got veterans, the VFW doing something. We got Veterans Affairs doing shit. We got people actually active duty participate. Like, this shit is for to be big. A female watching from home, a veteran, VFW, Veterans Affairs. Because if it's like, even if you're a good official and you're just getting like, oh, I just don't like how they talk. It's not about how somebody talk, because sometimes people are a product of their environment. But then it's like, at the same time, are you actually genuinely looking to positively protect the person? And just like, hey, understand, on a psychological aspect, people are going to express themselves how they're going to express them. Okay, some people, hey, redirection and stuff like that. But if you're not a person to sit there and help the person, versus trying to just, oh, I don't like how they use those words, and they use too many F-bombs, that doesn't mean nothing. Should me as a judge, like, I'm telling you, the day that I become the fucking judge, y'all gonna hate to see me motherfucking coming. But it's like, I'm gonna be more concerned, criminal, all that, everything that you can think of under the sun. I want to take down the big motherfuckers. I want to be at the big. I want to be with the big boys, as he said on fucking Tiana. I'm so mad because I want to watch The Princess and the Frog. It's my favorite movie. I used to use that as the cover up, and like, Ayana loves this. And I was the one sitting there watching. I could watch it time after time. Like, you ain't getting tired of this movie? Like, no, it's The Princess and the Frog. I want to be with the big boys. That type of shit. A black male, dark-skinned stalker, single. This shit is getting weird. A maternal side of the family stalking, watching. They trying to set up a betrayal. Strickland or something like that. This is like different scenarios all going on concurrently. Like, this, all this shit is like concurrent. It's like 11 situations all going on at once, but out of the 11, it's like they're like low key collide. It's like 11 situations, 2 things going on, but they collide together. Like, they play a part in it. Like, all right, it's one of those, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type situation. And in this situation, like I said, it's literally leading outside. I'm hearing something about the name Lydia, but it's actually leading outside these crimes where it could be fraud, sex, embezzlement. Those are the top 3 in this situation. But once you add in sex crime with this shit, that's when the shit really get fucking bad. But then, also now on the other end, you got theft, the trafficking of things, or like falsifying, but that still falls into the fraud situation though. But I feel like those are the main like 3 things, and with that being there, like for me, like I'm just sitting there, I was like, damn sure, just look at this. I was like, it's too many motherfucking black people on my page, and I know for damn sure I don't do that, but ain't no excuse for this shit, because it's like, shit, it's a lot of gay motherfuckers and a lot of motherfuckers that I know you wouldn't even find me associated with, give them time, pay attention to, or anything like that. So, and then it was like more fake profiles. This is like somebody that knows that the person could be hacking or whatever, and they trying to take this information and screen it and then try to send it to somebody and be like, look. But I feel like somebody probably already like picked up on that shit, and they've been sitting there like, let me see what else you gonna do, stupid ass motherfuckers. Like, I went out my way, put my neck here, but here it goes, you doing this shit. It's like, But then it's like, oh, well, you entertain. It's like, motherfucker, I'm bored. I'm so fucking bored. But then it's at the same time, these people do not have no standards at all. Like, I'm like, who the fuck raised these people? It's like, Is that the only thing? You're sexy. Oh, you're hot. Like, who the fuck raised you? Animals? Like, have fucking standards. And then it was like a person, oh, day trading. And I was like, those are one of James' stupid ass people. But I'm like, if you're going to conduct business, these are business hours. So business hours are usually between 8 a.m. to like maybe 5 or 6 p.m. This is how I was like, these people are just stupid. But I was like, shit, keep doing what it is, because it's one of those, well, we build them up to burn them down. But it's like, you build them up to make your ass look stupid. So stick around. A male Brazilian stalking that is part of this pest control that was planning to work with the maintenance and the property, the residential real estate people, property management, to try to do that, like the pest control poisoning again. Like somebody thought they were going to get away with this again. This kickback for this litigation case with a judge. Jealous mother figure of a son's relationship. So somebody could be like looking into a situation like, oh shit, well, let me keep playing on the fact that they like, somebody was playing on the fact that somebody was like, if it's a man and he was like right on the fence of their sexuality, they've been playing on the fuck out of that. And they've been using that. But they also went behind them and just went like falsified some documents and stuff like that. It's the same shit that I experienced. That's why it's like, when people be like, why is it like you so easy? It's not like it's easy to forgive. Trust it, believe me, it's not. It's not. It's called maturity. It's called emotional intelligence. People are going to look for every which way to try to play on your emotional aspect. They need it. The thing of it is it's a need for them. It's a non-negotiable, because they don't know any other way than that. But the fact that they need it and they're not getting it, and that need of that hatred, or that need to feed the things that they have not resolved within themselves, is a downfall. It's the beauty of the situation. Neanderthals, yeah. But it's like, you could call this shit like low-key cannibalistic. It's like, eat another human if you could. And if they could, they probably would. I wouldn't put it past these type of people at all. I wouldn't put it past these type of people. But whatever this is in this situation, a motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter in the jurisdiction of a situation. So that's about to occur. A dark-skinned black female American. Something about the name Jerica or Eric or something like that. Rogerson. A UPS mail driver. Somebody was supposed to like do some type of delivery. I feel like it's going to be an interception, and whatever somebody's going to intercept, I'm getting somebody looking at like, what the fuck? Somebody, if it's a UPS or a mail person or mail service, and it's like somebody, and I feel like the postal service, like, you know how they got to sort mail. I feel like everybody could have like known that it came in, but when it came in, it's just like, this is organized crime. This is some shit that goes on like prime time 2020 type shit. Like, whoever thought that this was like a bright idea? Setting aside the findings must not be set aside unless clearly it's erroneous, and somebody knows that they've been collecting erroneous as type of information. I'm hearing they will learn the error of their ways. Something about the airwaves. A lieutenant colonel, lieutenant general, or some shit. Somebody could be a DJ or a radio personality. Somebody, this shit is about to be major. Because I'm getting, is this a silent takedown? But I'm gonna mind my business. But the biggest part of this situation, whatever somebody's planning, please just tell me. I hate fucking surprises. But it's like, you deserve it, you earned it. But it's like, I fucking hate surprises. But go along with it, because whatever this fucking takedown is, Great job. I'm hearing the turn of events. I'm not going to mention names, but positions that it's going to affect outside of clearly TSA. We got airport. We got a district attorney or of state. We got a circuit court judge, family divorce, criminal, UPS postal service, and the UPS itself. So United States Postal Service, but you also got UPS, FedEx, Amazon. They may have already been questioned. We got a military general, so that gives NSA. So if there's military bases near, whoever could be retired veterans. I'm hearing 6 city officials will be questioned. So this is going to be all the way to North Florida, Tallahassee, that area, Jacksonville, because those are usually where the main grounds are. We also got Graceville, Florida. So some information has came in. There's going to also be some YouTubers that of course, they could get your information. Somebody could be Peppermint LLC or some shit like that. They're about to be investigated. We got a psychiatrist, psychologist, something about Verizon, IT says Haiti. Somebody could be Haitian. So if you got a Haitian or a Haitian community near you or something, this could also happen in Haiti as well. Something is going to be revealed. Somebody's family members, friends of the family, anybody like associated. It's a judge that's going to be literally tied to a hospital and someone's like family or something. That is going to be a bad day. We got a family and divorce person. We got a female judge covering a crime for a psychologist, psychiatrist, which is going to be tied to, I'm getting like a strip club, a night bar or something like that, escort. They also being tied to like back pages, OnlyFans confirmation, OnlyFans or something like that. Also something about a weight loss clinic, hormone clinic, or a lymphatic clinic. Okay, so a plastic surgeon or something. Also, like this is going to be reason being why it's so big. Somebody crossed over to like between 2 and 6 counties. For somebody, 2 to 6 states. I'm hearing that was your first mistake. Somebody could actually be getting a courtesy call. Because I'm hearing the major mistake. I'm getting also somebody getting confronted because I told you should have already took care of this. You should have already dismissed this case. You should have already released something. And I feel like this is down to a point where they're going to catch people like in the act. It's like, I'm getting long as it's like, oh, that makes sense to me. How I just seen it play out. But it's like, I'm hearing to be told somebody, carry on. Carry on. Someone's name could be Carrie. Somebody could be finding something or searching someone's carry on. Taking a flight. There will be a fight in a situation, up to 3 to 6 fights. There will be a community wanting to meet up, but I feel like the miscommunication or somebody that was actually misguiding or giving irrelevant or erroneous ass type of information, or some type of communication where I'm getting somebody literally sitting back and just realizing like, wait a minute, hold up. Somebody's about to discover, somebody could be jealous, a mother figure jealous of a son's relationship. That shit happens. Like shit, if a mother could be jealous of their own fucking daughter, sometimes they could be jealous of their own sons. And it literally will be due to the simple fact because in their mind, especially if they're in unhealthy relationships and stuff like that, they will be jealous of the fact because it's like, damn, Instead of them like being prideful, like, damn, I did that. I raised the fuck out of my kid. And especially if you had to be a single parent, I would be looking at this situation. I raised the fuck out of my son. Look at how he left on that girl. Like, I'll be in the motherfucking background, regardless, whatever it is. Because if that's the person your child choose to fucking love the fact that they're in fucking love, and hype them up to make sure that it get healthier and healthier. And even if unhealthy type of situations, you still hype that person up or your child up to see that. Don't ever be jealous of your own fucking kids. Just because you didn't do that, that's also grounds where people literally live vicariously through their children and literally will groom them to do the bullshit that you did. It's like, did you like any of the stuff you went through? No. You went through the abuse, and all you doing is sitting there carrying on the same fucking abuses that you went through. And most of the time, if they know the person who's breaking the cycle of not wanting to do that, if they can't get to you as the son or the daughter, they gonna use them damn grandkids to get to go ahead and carry out those traumas or those pains, or they gonna groom them if they can get close enough to in that relationship. Like, as a mother, you have a responsibility to hold your motherfucking kids accountable for shit, whether it's relationships that have children, teen pregnancy, just regular pregnancy, unexpected. Make them be fucking accountable. And if you can't do that, you're enabling a behavior for certain things to keep going. And then it's like, well, I'm going to destroy this because I feel they should do this, or they, no, you got to be held accountable for what it is. But you could, at the same time, I'm a firm believer you can't make somebody be accountable if they ain't ever been around. I say if they have not ever been around certain people that don't even know how to take full accountability. They will refuse to take accountability. So how can you expect somebody that you're going to be with or deal with take accountability, or know when they're being manipulated, knowing when they're having to be forced to go along with certain things? Because it's like, once you see so many things happening all at once, you'll start to learn about, like, are you in it or are you of it? And most people fall into that comfortability of doing those things. And then most of the time, the people that they're able to gather up to do this, just look at the mindset that they carry. Are they the people that are the yes men? Are they the people that carry out the actions? Are they the people that sit there and try to mastermind the shit and fall to the background? Like, you just got to know what type of people you're dealing with, regardless. It could be on government level, regular day-to-day level. Shit, most of the time, just look at the dynamic. If a person is married and it comes to the children, shit, the children will tell you everything. Most of the time, if they quote unquote portray that it's a healthy relationship, shit, see how the woman is and how the kids are. See how both of the couples are. Are they splitting the time when it comes to the children? Are they switching out when it's time for this, change the diapers and shit like that? Does she look like she tired? Does it look like when they go out to eat and that she always got to have the baby on her motherfucking lap versus, oh, let me take, it's a lot of stuff that you can look into. Those simple, small situations literally play full-fledged part in your everyday when they work, business, negotiations, and how they treat people. I don't care if it's in a court of law, hospital, whatever, because the way a person is going to portray themselves behind them closed doors, that shit was showing every which way. At any given moment, when it comes, even when it's hospital, you could tell when it's a person, like, especially with nurses and stuff like that, you could tell if the nurse is really going to be for you, because if they're going to be already biased to a situation, whenever they handle you in care, and I don't care, nationality doesn't mean anything to it, but sometimes that plays a major part in situation. So like, if you're in the hospital and say, you're complaining of pain after a surgery or whatever, you'll know when you're dealing with a nurse or a doctor who's really like attentive to your care, and someone that's trying to be dismissive and do certain things. And those, like, it's only going to go one or two ways. And those ones that are tend to be like dismissive or whatever, those are people that's just there for the paycheck. They're not there for the job. They're not there for your care. Those are people that will literally pick and choose which patients that they're going to give full attention to and really want to help when it comes to your medication, when it comes to you actually, healing and stuff like that. That right there would dictate what type of hospital you in, what type of people you're dealing with on the medical staff. When it comes to like police and stuff like that, you could tell the difference, between a police that's actually doing his job to be a police sheriff or whatever. You could tell the difference if there's dysfunction inside the job and everything. A lot of those things would literally play by you paying attention to the smallest little fucking detail. The smallest little detail. will tell everything you need to know. You could even tell where it's like it'll be a person that all they know how to do is lie. But why do they know how to lie? Well, let's go ahead and sit back in the background. You fade into the background and you watch a person, and you watch, like, if as a man, it doesn't matter what type of situation, fall into the background and see the person who you're dealing with in close proximity, see how they talking or whatever. But especially in my situation, it was more people sent to me more often than not. Like, I would think like I'm meeting a person by coincidence. It wasn't ever those type of situations, ever. It's not. I have not ever had a genuine encounter where I can genuinely say like it was not. Well, actually, I want to say it was genuine, but it was not, because they were paid to be there. But then it was like shit. The connection was real, but then it was fake at the same time. But however, when you go ahead and you fall into the background, you can literally, because most of the time you have to put yourself as play stupid, don't be stupid. But then at the same time, how does that person's family responds to them when you're showing them healthy things? Like, if you really want to know how a person and how the environment they're in, show them everything in the healthiest, safest way. Especially when you know that the person seems like it's unsafe, it's not healthy. Show them something very healthy. And I guarantee the longer that you keep them around you, they're going to want to make those changes. Because why? If they got people pleasing tendencies, they're going to do what they can to keep you in that energy. Why? Because I feel happy, right? I feel safe. I'm getting the dopamine. I'm getting the serotonin. I can sleep peacefully. I don't have to worry about those things, right? But then you put this person, you're showing them sleep better, eating better, speaking better, better negotiation skills, better singing skills, better, showing them how to do better trades in law, hospital, right? But put them around and back into the environment where they came from, friends, families, acquaintances, and see how they respond to them making those. I'm talking about the smallest change. Even if it was a person that wake up and they don't even say good morning, but all of a sudden, good morning, but they're happy. But those people are like, why are they looking happy? That right there will tell you everything you need to know. And depending on those people, like, you teach something very positive, like it's basically like positive reinforcement. But then it's like at the same time, it's like you give it to them, you pull it back. But it's not pulling back like to be hateful. It's pull back just to see if they can carry on the behavior themselves, for one. Two, to see when they're put back into the environment, how would they handle it? It's basically like doing your own, like testing the theory, but your own blind study, but clinical research, just to see, is it effective? Is it useful? Is it a good tool? Or is it that this person is not going to pay attention to what people are doing to them, saying to them? Are they going to be looking to re-groom them or re-abuse or reintroduce them back into bad habits? You can know that. It doesn't matter if it's in law, if it's in relationship, platonic, business, it doesn't matter. Those simple tactics right there will tell you so much more about what a person is capable of, not potential, what they're capable of. It's just, do you have the actual right environment or whatever? Or is this person is going to keep their self in this? Or are they strong enough mentally or emotionally? Because most of the time those people be the ones that feel like people that are nice, kind, that they're weak. But they really be the weak one, because it's like you're the weak one, because if a person can draw you right back into a particular behavior that you clearly had seen and you recognize that it was putting you in a healthy perspective, and you just regress farther back than where you were before, guess what? It's your environment. But they're not ready to honor the fact like these people are a bad example. But if you are really in a healthy state that you are in, it's going to require you to let go of certain things or radical acceptance. Hey, my family is not supporting me. They're the worst example. It's causing me more harm than it is good. Okay. Some people be like, oh, that's where you choose to love them from a distance. Fuck loving you for a distance, bitch. I gotta cut that cord. This shit is not healthy for me. It's not safe for me. It's not benefiting me. This is no different than if you take the theory of how I'm efficiently using something. It's somebody that if it was a clinical research or a blind study, they will have to look at basic old research of what era can I pertain this to. Give or take between 1940 in 1960s. I can say push more or less 1940 to 1970. That because it's usually a 30-year cycle of anything, right? In order to get a home, it's a 30-year mortgage loan, right? So when you go ahead and take that, in that 30 years, most of the time, what was either happening outside of slavery and things like that before they went on ahead and put those systems in place, they had more or less women were getting abused because the men did not know how to deal with the stress factors. They were dealing with the traumas and things like that. And you will see that more or less like that's where certain white people, if they really were in a certain state, they would know that we have more in common than not. Because, oh, my dad was an alcoholic, and or my family beat on me, they got touched on as kid. But guess what? When they get married and they get that safe place or that safe haven, what was usually happening? The woman was getting the butt of it, the kids having to witness it. She didn't know what to do because guess what? She was the homemaker, right? So skills and stuff like that, women were held back from that shit, right? But then she would have to literally make a choice to say, do I stay here in this abuse? Do I have the funding to be able to keep taking this? Her mental is at stake. Her emotional is at stake. Financial is at stake. So one thing for sure, two things for certain, regardless, man or woman, you have to logically say, shit, I'm going to have to do this scared, or I'm going to be literally staying here to my death, to my detriment, right? Either my kids are, and most of the time, if they were really smart, this is like domestic violence, right? Are my children going to be cooperative when it's time for me to leave? Are they going to be like, oh no, I need my daddy, but daddy is not safe, daddy is not healthy, but how do I break away from this? This is like legal systems and where judges and lawyers and stuff like that, you got to start taking accountability because shit, like I said, I'm the judge you would hate to see fucking coming. I will have to hold you accountable because if you go ahead and be like, you got to share the custody of those kids, but it's not safe. I returned those kids and I followed your order, but in that court order, me following, I let those kids go there and now they're dead, judge. You remember because you said that it's healthy to do that because we got to create a healthy boundary, but was that person being heard? But when that person decides to say, look, I'm not going to argue about this money. I'm not fit to argue about these kids. My mental health is at the detriment. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. They gonna take what little bit that they can and they gonna go, right? And when they did make those decisions, guess what was happening to most of those men, especially if it was men in the home? My mama left and she didn't ever do. No, the story wasn't ever going to be fully told to you because there's a man that's very disgruntled and he couldn't take accountability that he was abusive, that he was dishonest, he was a drunk, he was this, he was that. And the fact that he couldn't do that, all he did was teach, whether it was sons, most of the time they teach the son this, women are this and da 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 da. Or if it was a man and woman, the girl would get the butt of it. And God forbid that he had urges and stuff like that. The girls would get assaulted and stuff like that. But you can only imagine what that woman had to go through due to the simple fact, because she got to go ahead and recover on her own. Are they dead? Are they alive? Are they going to make it? And of course, most of the time, if they're doing the healthy thing, they probably would get therapy or try to seek, safety in the community to get support that's effective. But most often than not, most of the time, it was just literally, I have to go because if I don't, you're a dead man, dead woman walking. You're going to have to take that chance that, hey, hopefully them kids reach out to me if this shit goes good, or if it don't, that they will look for me. And most of the time, like as you see, most of the time they'll write like letters and stuff like that and be like, maybe one day when they get older, I can give this to them. Or, they got to do everything possible to get that mental right back in order to just say everything's okay. But most of the time, whenever they started to change the system, they got mental disorders, they ran away, they taking this hearsay, but no one is looking into the depth of it. Like, hey, that person dealt with, psychological, mental, emotional abuse. They was dealing with financial abuse. They would, threaten them with this and that, or this person was dealing with PTSD or all these other things. None of those things are taken in consideration. But based on those things, when you do take it in consideration, is either you're going to take full accountability, like, hey, excuse me, I was in an unhealthy environment. This wasn't safe or whatever. So am I going to do the easy thing and stay where it's going to destroy me more? Or I'm going to do the difficult things and just go and pray that, hey, I find safe haven. I get my mental together. I find healthy ways to cope. Am I able to fight this physically, mentally, emotionally, financially? Can I take this to court? Can I not take this to court? Most of the time, the biggest thing that you're going to deal with, who going to believe me? Most people's fight is, are they going to believe me? And when you get into that state of, will anyone believe me? Most often, more often than not, it's going to be more like you have an 80% chance of where people will be like, oh, you failed with your marriage. Oh, you did this. But it's like, oh, wow, it's crazy to think that the people that you would feel take up for you are the ones that's doing the worst to you, but they're going to be the lap puppies. They're the ones that sit there and do things. They're the ones that's cheating. They're the ones that's stealing. They're the ones that lying. That's why it's small little things that when it's time for you to get to a place that people are capable of changing more often than not, but are you teaching them? It's no different than training a dog, training, people. Shit, you got to train your kids, right? You got to rear your children. If they don't see something healthy, how can they give out that type of energy? But however, you will know the intellectual light of that child once you see, like, hey, we was in this type of environment, but my child's way of thinking is different. They want better. But when you're the healthy parent, or you're the parent that say, even though this is a fucked up situation, I see the health in this. Okay, I'm a feed into that. I'm gonna do better, right? Versus I'm not going to regress where somebody is not encouraging me to be a better mother. They're not encouraging me to get into, they're not being a genuine support. You separate yourself. Now that's a situation where you love from a distance, because you got to now be the person to set the example. You set the standard. So most of the time it's like, you can't sit there and beat people down that take accountability for something that they've not ever been forced to, because most of the time it turns into narcissism. Other times it turns into, they need the crowd, they need attention. So what you call them, attention whores. These will be people that they just get so accustomed to doing the wrong thing or negative things because no one is telling them, hey, that's wrong. Do the right thing or do better. But even when you're telling them that, are you being the example for them to see what that is to do that better? More often than not really. Because they don't want to be responsible to say, well, all their people, I don't give a fuck about what anybody think. I'm going to show you the right thing. As long as you're in this presence and I allow you here, you're going to do right. But if you're not going to do right, go over there. But if you're going to constantly try to accuse somebody, oh, you're thinking like this, or you're being like this, or you're doing this, what everybody else, confirmation, or everybody else says this, and you're adamantly going against me, I got to leave you where you at. Because you're telling me the comfortability, you're more concerned about the people who are putting you in the space and making you stay in the same fucking place that's not going to get you anywhere. Because as soon as they know that they got you in the grips of it and they feel like there's no more use and value of you, they're going to discard you. Now where you was already feeling alone, you needed that acceptability, the disregard of that situation of those people who have you there, it's going to feel way worse. But if you don't have mental or emotional security or stability within yourself, shit, it could put you in a paranoia. It could cause you to want to take yourself. You'll be in depression. You're going to go through those ups and downs, especially if you're an adult and you ain't ever really had that. Yeah, you're done for. But, kids, it's going to be very strong, but who's there? Someone needs to know that. But that's what I have for you. No cards or nothing like that. So something about information, jurisdiction, and removal, like a motion to dismiss something is going, a motion to dismiss. Something is about to go on. So I'm not. I can't. Like I should. It's not like I can't, because can't should not be in my vocabulary. I'm working on it. Um, Here goes the boom. Is the best thing I could say, because something is about to go on. But I'm also here. God bless USA. This is major. Y'all be great. Do great things in the world. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Sane. And don't ever allow people to provoke you to feel any type of way. You are who you are. Either they fuck with it or they don't.